Okay, number 13. If Frank can run 12 meters per second, how many minutes will it take him to run 500 meters? So I know my goal is 500 meters. And we know that we can run 12 meters per second. Now, we need to change seconds to minutes. And we need to figure out what's going to go into 12. So let's get rid of this 12 first. Let's go ahead and divide so that we just have our time. So we're going to say 12 meters is 1 second. So meters cancel out. And I don't want this in seconds. I want my answer in minutes. So I'm going to change my seconds to minutes. The top is 500. And we're going to divide by 60 times 12. Okay. All we have left is minutes. Let's divide. 0.69 minutes to run 500 meters. Lester has 3 times as much money as Frank. Frank has X dollars, so we're going to say Lester, and we're going to say Frank. They told me Frank has exactly X dollars, so I'm going to say Frank is equal to X. Now I'm going to go backwards. Lester has 3 times as much money as Frank, so I'm going to say 3 times X. If Frank has X dollars, how much money will Lester have if he spends $7? So I know Lester has 3X, and then Lester spends $7. So my expression there is 3X minus 7. Number 13 says compute the sum of these two expressions. I'm going to do this through the stacking method, so I'm just going to write this underneath. Plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 3. If you choose to use stacking, make sure that you have like terms on top of each other. I have a constant, I have x's, I have x squareds. Oh, I do not have x squareds. So notice that this is x cubed, so these two are not like terms. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scratch this out, and I'm going to rewrite it to the side. So my exponents are still descending, and they are lined up. So since these didn't match, all I had to do was scratch it out and write it over here. So now I'm going to combine like terms. I get 3x cubed because it was the only one. 2x squared because it's the only one. 5 minus 4 is 1. This is a negative 9 and a positive 3, so they subtract, giving me 6. I take the sign of the bigger number, which is a negative. And there's my answer. Number 14. What is closed operation? Which operations are closed? So a closed operation. This is an operation that begins with polynomials and ends with a polynomial. Or polynomials. The operations that we've done that are closed are multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So everything we did was a closed operation. Number 15 says polynomial A is this, polynomial B is this. Find the result when A is subtracted from B. If I tell you that 5 is subtracted from 6, that means I do 6 minus 5. This says A is subtracted from B, so I need to do B minus A. So I'm going to do B minus A. We have to distribute this negative sign, which means I flip all my signs and I rewrite. I get 8x squared minus 4x minus 3 minus 2x squared plus 5x plus 6. We're going to find our like terms. These have squares. These just have x's. These are constants. So 8 minus 2 is 6. Remember, my exponents stay the same. 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 3 is 3. Remember, you can choose to do this by stacking. What you need to make sure that you do first, if you choose to do that, is b still goes on top from the way it's worded. But you have to distribute before you write it. So I'm going to do minus 2x squared plus 5x plus 6. And I can combine my like terms. Either one of these give me the same answer. Make sure if you choose to do stacking, you distribute before you write that second term down, or second polynomial down. 16 is another one that has something to the second power. Remember, this means multiply by itself. So if I multiply this by itself, I have to rewrite it. And I did the other one using distribution, so I'm going to do stacking this time. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. That has 1x. Put your 0. 2x times negative 4 is negative 8x. 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared because I have two x's. And combine my like terms. (17) says compute the area. If you remember, area is length times width. So I'm going to do this one with stacking as well. I just have to take the length and multiply it by the width. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6, and that's a negative. 3 times 1 is 3. Make sure you put your 0. 2 times 4 is 8. That's positive. Negative 4 x squared, because there's two x's. 2 times 1 is 2, with 3 x's. Combine my like terms. A positive and negative subtract. Positive and negative subtract. Always take that bigger sign. And there's your answer for number 17.